Good morning, guys. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist, so what better place to be than here with me. Hope you guys are ready to get this morning started. Our power went out last night. And let me tell you, my phone was dying. Good morning, my friend. How are you? And I was exhausted. And I slept so good. I don't know what time the power came back on, but I slept great last night. So the power went out about 9:30. And I truly think it was the Lord's way of telling me to go to bed, because I had already done 10,000 things. I'd already done Rosie's hair, and I would wake her up, but she's knocked out. So when she wakes up, I'll show you. So we did an intricate design of her hair for our trip to California. I'll tell her when she wake up, Miss Valerie. And so after I did her hair, I was tired, and then I sat down at the computer to do some work. And I was on the phone and working. And by that time, the power went out. And I was like, well, okay. So I took a shower in the dark. And I went to bed. That was exactly how that happened. And so maybe that was the Lord's way of telling me to stop and get some rest. And now, tell y'all I slept like the dead. I slept like I did not move. You know how you normally toss and turn? Y'all, no hand moved, not like nothing. I was out like a light. So it's good morning. I'm way more refreshed today than I was yesterday. Yesterday I was so sleepy. I was sleepy all day, but I pressed through it. So happy Wednesday. Hope everybody's having a great morning and ready to get this day started. Oh, excuse me. I know I am. Yes. Girl Scout cookies are in effect until the end of March. I am your cookie pusher. And I forgot to send out my friends. You guys could have bought cookies from Rosie electronically, but I forgot to send out the notice for electronic cookies. So we are at every corner. We're at your local Walmart, Kroger, Winn-Dixie, whatever your grocery store choice is. We're usually by Target. We're usually by GameStop. So we're everywhere. Rosie's goal was 5,000 boxes. So we have been hustling cookies everywhere. So I know it is working Wednesday, Margaret. And let me tell you, can y'all send some sunshine this away? Because I need some. Because it's cloudy here today. And I'm going to need some coffee this morning too. So the fearless quote for, I found a quote today that I love. It says, I am an executor of my, what's this word? Okay. I'm an executor of my ideas, and I master closing the gap between my thoughts and my actions. I know, Miss Farrell, I'm getting it together. I'm an executor of my ideas, and I master closing the gap between my thoughts and my actions. And I think this resonated with me this morning as I was reading, because a lot of times we have all these great ideas. It is the execution of those ideas that make us pause, because we think, how in God's name am I going to take this lofty idea and make it real here? And so this helped me this morning when it says, I am the executor of my ideas, and I master closing the gap between my thoughts and my actions. And that, my friends, is where your purpose partners come in. That's when you can call your friends and say, I have this big idea. Now tell me or walk me through it as I talk it out, how I'm going to make this happen. And that's why it's essential to have those purpose partners, to have those friends, those people that you can call that can help you walk it out. And even if they don't have the answers, help you talk it out, because they may know something that you don't know. Yes. Have faith in yourself to execute. And so this quote was definitely for me this morning. I can execute my ideas, and I am master at closing a gap between my thoughts and my actions. So we can make it happen. But your purpose partners can make it a little bit better, can make the transition a little easier, provide some direction that you need. Yes. Yes, Miss Margaret. I think I'm yawning because my car is warm. And you know what happens? You get warm and toasty. You're ready for sleep. So that is the quote for today. So here are some ideas, some things some questions to ask yourself. They're going to help you start to move into the execution phase. And it's 10 questions. And then if you write these down, they should help be like a guide to you. So when I read this, I was like, Rose, you want to say good morning before I get started? Because I told them we did an intricate design of your hair. Can you smile? Rosie does not want to wake up. Well, y'all guys, we'll have to post the pictures of your hair.
Y'all guys is not a word.
Y'all guys is a word.
That's not how you say it.
We'll post pictures because she has braids coming from her head, from her ear down the center of her head. And then we did ponytails and puffballs on this side. And then we did box braids in the back. So we did some designing in hair last night, right, Rosemont?
It looks popping.
She said it looks popping. So I'm guessing is that a great thing?
Mm-hmm.
That's a great thing. Did you say thank you, Mommy?
Yes, I said it like 15 times.
Yes, she did. She said, Mommy, I really appreciate you. Because I didn't do my hair at all.
At all. So I'm going to paint her nails tomorrow.
So you're painting my nails today.
Oh, today. Oh, God. Sorry.
You're painting my nails today. So that's my payment. She's painting my nails.
I'm so asleep right now.
Yeah. And that's what I tell my kids all the time, Minister Valley. So now you know I'm right.
What?
When you yawn, your body just needs more oxygen. That's your way of taking it in.
Taking what in?
Air. Nothing, Rosemont. Rosie's still asleep.
Okay.
Mrs. Margaret said, yes, Rosie, you popping.
Thank you.
And she had on a dress this morning.
I took it off. I wasn't...
Sorry.
I wasn't how I want it to be, and I always want to be how I want to be, so...
Yeah, so she took the dress off, and so she opted for her... See, I want y'all to know, until Rosie was 4, literally everything she owned... No, 5. Everything she owned was pink. There was no pink and brown. There was no pink and green. Pink, period. Her room was painted pink. Her bed sheets, comforter was pink. Her coat, her clothes, everything was pink.
The stockings were pink.
Yeah, so we had to introduce Rosie into other colors. So,
And I still wear pink.
Yeah, and you still wear pink. All right, guys. So the fearless thought for today is these are some questions to ask yourself that's going to help get you moving forward. If you have an idea, if you have a thought, if you're wanting to change somehow, good morning, Cousin Misty. How you doing? If you want to change, some things or take your idea to the next step. And so there's 10 questions. Number 1 is write down your idea. Is it an idea or is it a goal? Like, is it just a thought that you have or is it something that you want to accomplish? So that's question number 1. What is my idea or goal? What is it? Let's write it down, because if it's up here, we need it here. Yeah, Cousin Misty, we're doing good. We need to get together sometime. Question 2 is, Miss Margaret said her granddaughter does purple. That's Courtney. Courtney's that way with purple. I'm that way with navy blue. Any color.
Any blue.
Any blue. Yeah.
I found your Carolina shirt. I found it last night while I was looking in my room.
It was in your room, right?
Yeah.
How did I know that? Has it made it back to my room yet?
Not yet.
So, number 1 is, what is your idea goal? Write it down. Number 2, wordiness. Is this idea goal worth pursuing? If the answer is yes, now we're ready to move forward. So, is it worthy or not? So, think about that. So, that's question number 2. And this is where your purpose partners are going to come in. That's going to help you think about what you want to do. And remember today's quote, I'm an executor of my ideas and I master closing the gap between my thoughts and my actions. Yellow is, I'm getting to yellow. Red is my next after the blue. So question number 3 is, so we got what is my idea as number 1. Number 2, what is the worthiness of it? Is this something that's truly worthy for me to invest my time and my vision in? Number 3 is priority. Why are you doing this? What is your yes to achieving this thing? Like, why are you wanting to achieve this goal? What is your idea goal and why you want to achieve it? Is it compelling? Is it convicting? And y'all know I asked a question a couple of weeks ago, what makes your heart cry? What hurts your heart so much that you got to do something about it? Does it align with that? Does it align to who you are at your core? Number 4 is discipline and sacrifice. Are you willing and are you committed to sacrifice and do the work that it takes to make this goal and idea happen? Because if you're not, then if you're not willing to do the work, if you're not willing to sacrifice, and if you're not determined to see it happen, then what is why are you saying yes to it again? What is your intent? What is your intention? And why are you saying yes? Those are your 3 questions, always. All right, love you. Have a great day. Be peaceful. Number 5 is plan. What steps do you think you need to do next to make it happen? And again, this is where your purpose partners are going to come in, because if you have an idea or goal and you're not quite sure on how to take
I thought I shut the door.
on how to take it to the next level, then that's where your purpose partners come in, or your friends or people that you can talk to that can say, hey, maybe your next step needs to be this or this. I know, because as soon as I come home, Misty, I'm going to call you. Make sure you send me your number. Number 6 is skills. How are you going to do this? What skills do I need to make this happen? Just like anything else, just like starting a job, you got to have skills. And we have the innate skills and skills. And there's a word I'm looking for, to make things happen. You have the intuition, you have the knowledge. You just may not have tapped into it, meaning you've been so busy pursuing other things that are not true to who you are at your core, that you forgot what your real talents and gifts are. And so they've been pushed to the side or pushed to the back. And so now you're trying to figure out what you're good at. So how do I do this? And do you have the necessary skills to make it happen? Number 7 is timing. When should you do this? And is it in a time frame that's really achievable? Like if we're going to hashtag change the world, Miss Margaret and I know my favorite poem, Miss Margaret, hangs on my refrigerator. Me and Miss Margaret, I am my sister's keeper, and she is hashtag change the world. And we know that is what we're called to do. And Miss Valerie on here is Esther's purpose. And we all know what we're called to do. We also know that it's going to happen one sister, one person at a time. And if we can help one person, one sister, they're going to help their family, who's going to help their community. And we will change the world. And we're dedicated and committed to that. Period. It's what wakes us up every morning. It's what drives us every day. And when you have purpose partners, and if y'all go back, I listed the criteria for your purpose partners. And one of them is they're get it people, and they have the same purpose and goal that you have in mind. And when you have that, it makes it easier to help execute where you need to go. So timing, when should you do this? Think about, is it something that you can do today, that you can start on today? When do you see it happening for you? Number 8 is people, purpose partners. Do you need anybody else to help you do this? This is my true confession and conversation. I've always been the person that knew everything in my group or my family, or they always say, JoJo, why don't you ask JoJo, because she know. And I had to let that go on this journey to realize I don't know everything. And I am more peaceful knowing that I don't know everything, because now I'm not stressed out trying to convince myself that I know everything. And I don't have to convince people I don't know, but if you give me a minute, I'll find out. And sometimes I do, but I took the stress off of myself of saying, I know, or I'll figure it out. I don't know. I don't want to know. It's okay for me to be in a learning process. It's okay for somebody to have more knowledge than me or to know something I don't know. Takes it off of me. I can then focus my energy on other things of what I need to do, as opposed to trying to hold up to this persona of what JoJo knows, ask her, and then me having to figure out answers and hope I'm right, and or if I'm wrong, what JoJo told me. That is stressful, right, Miss Margaret? That was stressful for me, and I couldn't handle that, so I let it go. I had to let it go. That was hard because, you know, you buy into it because so many people tell it to you and you buy into it. And I'm all in with JoJo know what they're going to expect me to know. When I removed all of that mess, I became more peaceful. Remember the 3 questions. What's your intent? What's your intentions? And why are you saying yes? And once I got that, then I could say those things. So number 8 is people. Do you need anybody else that can help you make that happen? That's where your purpose partners are going to become essential. Yesterday we talked about those silent partners. So, and then number 9 is location. Is this something that you can do in the comfort of your home, or you going to need a building? Or you plan on mass producing? And if y'all know, I have a hair care line. Well, I gifted it to my oldest daughter. So we produce hair products, and right now we're able to do it at a smaller location. But make sure you think about, is it something that's going to require a different location? How are you going to make this happen? Yes, Margaret, let me tell you, my ego had me all caught up, girl. Big time. Number 10 is resources. Do you have the tools you need to do this? And if you don't, again, look at your circle, because people always want to help you. But if they assume that you think you know everything, they're not going to help you. I learned that the hard way. They may have wanted to help me, but they thought, well, JoJo thinks she know it all anyway, so I'm not fixing to tell her nothing because she know it all. And then the very thing that I was looking for, they had, but because I gave off the persona, I think I know everything, I didn't get what I needed. And maybe my idea didn't grow as fast as it could have grown, or it didn't go as fast as it could have went, because I projected that out. I'm just saying, look at your resources. People may want to help you, but they have to know that you're dedicated, number 1, to it. Number 2, that you're open to the answers that they're going to give you, and that you're willing for help. I sure will. Yes, Margaret, I will, Misty. Margaret, we've got to be willing to ask, and that was a hard thing. I didn't want to ask because I was like, I'll figure it out. And let me walk y'all through some crazy, okay? Let's walk through this crazy, because I'm the only live past crazy specialist. Let me tell you how Ingrid, so as a kid, my daddy always told me I was smart. Okay. My family always assumed I was going to find the answer to everything. So when I got married to my abuser, and he always told me I was stupid and I was nothing, well, I then forgot everything that had been ingrained in me, and I listened to him. And so now I'm assuming I'm stupid. I don't know anything. So I didn't know any answers. And so after I left him, I figured, there's nothing I can do, because I'm believing his words. I'm stupid. I'm slow. I'm not anything. And so I went from one extreme to the other. Well, because he said that, I'm going to show him, I'm going to know everything. And this became my motto. And I passed along to my kids, and I had to go back and check myself with my children. And that's a hard thing, to sit down and check yourself with your kids. But if you're committed to this growth, it's what you have to do. My mantra became, surely to goodness, I'm smart enough to figure this out. I'm not as dumb as he said I was. I got 2 degrees. Well, I got 4 degrees now. So if I can read, I can figure it out. And so when it came down, this is how you pass your crazy on when you don't think it is, because it's your methodology of how you make things happen. And so when my children used to tell me things were hard, and I still believe this, I've just modified it. Number 1, if you can read, it's not hard. Reading is fundamental. So if we can read anything, we can break it down in bite-sized pieces so that we can digest it, understand it, and move past it and move on. But I became so hard on myself and my children with that process. And then if you don't know, look it up because when you ask people, they're going to assume that you're stupid. And then the next thing you know, you're in this crazy cycle of you trying to better yourself. And I passed all of that crazy on to my children. And I was sitting dead center. I was recycling that crazy every single second of my day. And I was exhausted mentally, emotionally, physically. I was exhausted because I felt like I was always having to prove my abuser wrong, that I was smart. I always knew. I was always going to have the answer. And if I didn't know the answer, if you give me 5 minutes, I was going to find the answer. And tell you the truth, that's how I used it in my career. That's how I used it in my friendships, my man, whatever I wanted to do or achieve. That was my thought process. And it's a great one to an extent, to the extent that my crazy began to affect my children. And then I'm passing that stress and added pressure onto them. And that was not fair to them. And so then when I let it go, when I started saying, I don't know, and then I stopped at that. It wasn't, I don't know, but give me a minute, let me go figure it out. But when I started saying, I started saying, I don't know. And that was my full and complete answer. My children looked at me like I was crazy. Courtney asked me, you okay? Because you never say that. Because I would be very arrogant. Oh, you think I don't know? Give me 5 seconds and I'm going to know. And in some ways, it helped me. That arrogance helped me win my case in domestic violence court. It helped me win my annulment. It helped me do a lot of things right, Miss Margaret. And it becomes ingrained. And so I went from one extreme of crazy to another. And was that fair to me or my children? No. And so when I let go of the stress of I don't have to know everything, then my life became way more peaceful. The stress came off of me, which answers question 10, the resources. Nobody wanted to give me any answers because I was always projecting that I knew everything. And they was coming to me for the answers, and they assumed there was nothing that I needed from them because I was always putting out the answer. I don't know everything. I don't want to know everything at all. Correct. Honey, my family will call me in 2.5 seconds. JoJo will figure it out. JoJo, do you know? Well, JoJo, look. And then they will task me with, as soon as I say, I don't know. Oh, well, call me back when you figure it out. Not going to happen. I had to relieve myself of that stress of knowing everything. I didn't. And it was stressing me out. It was causing my crazy to multiply. And I was passing it down to my kids. My little kids, daughters are stressed out because what you not fixing to do is come up in, oh my Lord. Let me tell you, I went on this rant because Courtney or Rosie, one of them, I think it was Courtney, gonna tell me she wasn't smart. She didn't understand something in school. I went on 10,000. What we not fixing to do is say we're stupid in this house, which goes back to my abuser telling me that I'm stupid. So now I'm at 10,000 extreme on this end, because what we're never going to be in this house is stupid, number one. Number two, you're never going to tell me it's too hard. It's not hard because number three, reading is fundamental. So if we can read it clear enough and break it down in bite-sized pieces, you're going to learn this. And oh my Lord, I would have my children at that table with their paper and their note. And I was on their shoulder like, man. And then when I started this journey of realizing it, I was like, I'm stressing the hell out my children. I'm stressing me out. I'm stressing them out. And then so when I changed it, I'm telling you, my kids thought I lost my mind. Courtney was truly worried about me. She was like, who is this woman? Because when she came to me, it's like, and it really became, I knew how it really changed 2 years ago when Courtney came, a year and a half ago. So I ain't too far past the crazy it is. When Courtney came to me and said, I don't think school is for me. Y'all know me. PhD, like, what you mean school ain't for you? And y'all, when I get upset, I pull my eyebrow down. I was like, what? School ain't for you? And then I was ready to go right back in the mode of what we not fixing to do. Number one is not have an education. Number two, and I was about to go down the list. But then I realized, number one, we're not in that cycle of crazy anymore. Right? And I didn't want her to feel like And this is how, number one, I knew I grew, because she was able to come to me. She was like, I only went to college for you. It's not for me. And then I realized how hard I had pushed them into my 10,000 extreme, because I had started on working on that part of the crazy. And, I had to take it in bite-sized pieces because my ego wouldn't let me let that go, number one. And so I had to work it on bite-sized pieces. And so when she was like, I just did it for you because I know how big you are on education, and you don't want nobody to tell us that we stupid and what we not fixing to do. And she walked down the line of all the things that I said. She was like, but I cannot do this. And I was okay with that. I was like, okay, cool. You don't want to do that? Here, you got a year to figure it out. You don't have to have the answers to life right now. And I was pressuring them for that. I gave her the hair business. She works the hair business and has done 10,000% better than I ever could have done. But it was me learning to live past the crazy of me thinking I know everything, checking my resources, and realize I don't have all the answers. And it's okay for me not to have all the answers, and not pass that crazy on to my children. And that's how I worked that crazy out, y'all. It was no joke. Bite-sized pieces, I worked it out because I was intentional about not passing that along to my children. So that was my confession for today. I hope that helped somebody. But we're talking about the 10 things you need, ideas or questions. Well, 10 questions you need to ask yourself as you work through your idea to execute thing. And the quote for the day is, I'm an executor of my ideas, and I master closing the gap between my thoughts and my actions. I am mastering closing the gap between my thoughts and my actions, because I have lofty thoughts and thoughts. It is the action part that I need help with. And my friends, that's where your purpose partner is going to come in. So here's the questions again. Write down your number one is, what is my idea or goal? What is it that you want to achieve? Number one is write it down. Number two is worthiness. Is this idea worth pursuing? It always is, unless, it's something insane. And it could be insane and still worth pursuing. Purpose partners. Question number three, priority. Why are you doing this? What is your why? Why are you saying yes to this idea? Remember, 3 questions. What is my intent? What is my intention? And why am I saying yes? Why are you saying yes? And why is this a priority for you? Number 4, discipline and sacrifice. Are you going to be disciplined enough to work on this idea? Are you going to make the sacrifices it's going to take to make it happen? When I wrote my first book, it was discipline and sacrifice. It was no joke. I had to be committed. That's another story of getting past crazy. I'll talk about that one day. Number 5 is plan. What steps do you need to take to make your idea happen? Again, that's where your purpose partners are going to come in, so you can bounce the ideas and thoughts off of them so they can help you. Number 6 is skills. How do you do this? And do you have the necessary skills to make it happen? That's where you're going to have to let go of your ego and realize you need people to help you. And then recognize what are you really good at? Not what people told you are good at in your job, that you're good at your job, but you don't necessarily like. But like, what are you good at your core? What are your skills? Number 7 is timing. Should I do this right now? What are some other steps that I could possibly work on to get there? And how long is it going to take me to make that happen? And number 8 is people. Do I need anybody else to help me to get this done? Purpose partners, again, let go of the ego that we can't do it all by ourselves. Number 9 is location. Where are you going to make this idea come to pass? Where is it going to happen at? And number 10 is resources. Do I have all the tools I need to make that happen? Sometimes you've got to be willing to ask for help. If you're willing to ask for help, that, my friends, makes all the difference in the world. So on this Working Wednesday, thank you, Miss Margaret. It is a working Wednesday. It is a rainy Wednesday. It is a what's happening Wednesday. You are the executor of your ideas. You are a master at closing the gap between your thoughts and your actions. So today, be the master of that. Close the gaps between your thoughts and your actions. Yes, and it is harder. It's not as hard as you think to build your tribe. I thought it was extremely hard until I said I wanted purpose partners, until I found the list of what I was looking for. And then I immediately got what I was looking for. Tell people what you're looking for so people can help you. Let go of the ego saying that you know everything or you don't need anybody to make it happen. We absolutely need each other. That's the only way we're going to hashtag change the world, because hashtag I am my sister's keeper. I am my brother's keeper. That is what we're here to do. All right, guys, I hope this has helped somebody today on this rainy Wednesday, this working Wednesday, hump day Wednesday. What are you going to do with that idea? Number one is please to write it down. That's your first step. If you do nothing else today, write down that idea, that goal, that thing that you want to achieve. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, please make sure you send them over to the YouTube channel. We have over 360 shows over there. You can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. They are by topic and by title. If you simply type in Fearless Morning Show, we will pop up over there. Please make sure you go to the website, livepastcrazy.com. The I Am My Sister's Keeper t-shirt are available. Yes, we are a community. Absolutely. We are a community. And then when we get past the ego part of who she thinks she is or who he think he is, we can help each other so much. We can freaking change the world in 90 days or less. I am a firm believer that if we as a people let go of our ego and the things that we have going on and the things that we say about people and really work together like a tribe, like for real, if we embodied I am my sister's keeper, I am my brother's keeper, hashtag change the world, if we embodied that, man, we could change the world instantaneously. I promise you. Exactly. Together we achieve more, and we are far stronger and far smarter than we ever imagined. But imagine if your strength was combined with my strength, combined with my brother's strength, combined with my sister's strength. We would be unstoppable. I'm telling you, would be amazing. All right, guys, I hope you had, the I Am My Sister Keeper t-shirts are available on livepastcrazy.com, so please make sure you purchase your t-shirts. We're doing pre-orders right now for the t-shirts, so I can get them to you guys. So make sure you go over there and share it with a friend or a family. I hope you have an amazing Wednesday. Please be careful out here in this liquid sunshine. I hope you have an amazing Wednesday. Yeah, because I think the rain is going to beat me at yelling, so I'm going to stop talking. Please support your local Girl Scouts. Go find your Girl Scout today and buy a cookie. Rosie is looking to sell 5,000 boxes. So if you help another girl do that, then you can do that too. So I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you here bright and early. No, I won't be here tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning we are traveling to California. So safe travels. Thank you for your prayers. We're traveling to California. So I'll see you guys Friday morning, I think, which will be really early. But we'll see what I can come up with. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing day. Iron Lions is what we say in the Caribbean. I like that. Maybe Miss Margaret, Miss Valerie, can we plan a trip to the Caribbean for a girls' retreat later this year? We need to have a purpose partner call. I'm just saying, so we can plan a trip. I think that's a great idea, because I am my sister's keeper. And as a sister's keeper, sometimes we need sister time alone to rejuvenate and rebuild ourselves. So, all right, guys. Thank you, Miss Margaret. I appreciate it. I hope you have an amazing Wednesday, and I will see you hopefully Friday morning, bright and early. Have a great day.